Money decisions don't have to be either or. With Bank of America, they can be yes and. Like yes to sunny vacations and rainy day funds. Can our digital tools and guidance help you create the future you want? Yes. And help you keep enjoying today, too. Do more with a bank that asks, what would you like the power to do? Explore our tips and more at bankofamerica.com/yes and.
This year, Santa's bringing the power of Energizer into his workshop.
Whoa, the Energizer Bunny's got so much power.
Wait, he's powered up all the toys. I think that means we're done for the year.
I love this bunny.
He's the hardest working helper the North Pole has ever seen. And he wants all your gifts to have the power of the #1 longest lasting AA battery. So this holiday season, stock up on Santa's and the elves' favorite battery, Energizer Ultimate Lithium.
With Uber Reserve, you can book your Uber ride in advance, 90 days in advance. Perfect for all you forward thinkers and planning gurus. Reserve your Uber ride up to 90 days in advance. Uber Reserve. See Uber app for details.
Being a marketer's no sweat. You just have to manage dozens of channels, launch hundreds of campaigns, score thousands of leads, and okay, fine, it's a lot of sweat. Unless you have HubSpot's AI-powered marketing tools to help you do all that and more. Get started at HubSpot.com/marketers.
My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin. Anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking.
Back at it again with another shade of blue. We are the KC Soccer Journal. My name is Cody Bradley. I'm here in a full studio. There are 5 people in this studio. I finally have my full bench of contributors for this show. Thad Bell, Robert Russert, Kerry Robinson, and David Greenwald. Thank you all for joining me. Lovely Sunday. We've got a lot to talk about. MLS Cup happened last night. Ricky Puig was being pushed around in a little meal cart for some reason. I don't know what's going on there. We've got rumors. We've got academy signings. We've got an expansion draft coming up. A lot to get to, Thad.
And we're all just here to wreak havoc. That's what we're here for.
I just want to point out we do still have one spot on the bench.
Okay, yeah, there is. Actually, you're right.
Yeah, but there's too many, right? At times, you don't want one more.
I think it's asking for a player guest, right? Doesn't that seem like that would be a perfect fit right there? Maybe Robo. We slide Robo into that spot.
Well, if it's that spot next to David, yes, Robo. If it's a player, we move that player down a little bit away from Greenwald.
What did I do? I'm minding my own business.
We need to get Roger out here.
I'm watching soccer on the computer in the studio and playing immaculate footy.
And not paying attention to me. You're in this important spot where I need you to be doing things. He's watching Tottenham.
Let me know,
it, David.
Let me know when we get to something important.
Okay, something important we're going to do later. Thad has a game for us. It's rare, but whenever he does this, we love it. It's always fun. The last time we tried it, it was over StreamYard, and we had internet issues, and we had to pull the plug on it. But
came across badly in that condition, so we'll try another version.
We teased it the whole episode, and then we just lost connection at the end. So we've got that coming up. That'll be in the last segment. But let's start with MLS Cup, which happened last night. The Galaxy finally got one again after I don't even know how many years it has been.
I wonder where you're going with that.
When was the last time? David, there you go. Look that up. Before this, when was the Galaxy's last title?
Oh, like a while ago.
2014.
2014.
13, I thought, maybe. 13, 14.
It was a decade.
We won it.
Ish.
I know.
So they won it over the Red Bull. I liked the New York City FC tweeted after that just a picture of their 1 star. It just said, posting for no reason.
Why, Cody? Because Red Bull's one of the 3 original MLS teams to never win a title? Is that what you're getting to?
There are 3 that have never won. I was about to guess that they were like 1 of 1 or maybe 2.
Well, can we break it down?
Who else we got?
That good?
Who else we got?
So who are the MLS originals?
There you go. That's a good place to start. Colorado Rapids 1-1.
So they're the Metro Stars, right? That's what we're saying.
Yeah,
the Metro Stars
so Metro
are the one are the Red Bull,
right?
Yes.
Yep.
The Dallas Burn. Have they ever won an MLS Cup?
No, San Jose.
Boom, got another one.
San Jose did with Donovan, did they? When Donovan was there? No?
I wouldn't have thought that, but maybe they did.
No, I think they
Did they?
Wait, so
They
you
have an
had
MLS. They won 2.
so Robert, you had the stat that there are 3 MLS originals that haven't won, but you don't know.
No, I don't.
Which they
I was
are.
Just bringing that out. Hey, it's for discussion. That's why you bring these things
Where
up.
do you get this info, then not have the actual rest of the info?
Yeah, I'm confused.
Hey, I just
by
thought
this.
it was funny. So you
well,
guys wanted to go deeper.
I got
so.
2 of them. I'm proud of the Dallas Burn one.
Okay.
David, I need you to help us with the third one. The
Dallas
original
Burn and
one.
who?
And the Metro Stars.
Oh,
And
right.
there's I have the other answer.
Okay, hold on. I can do this.
Well, I'll give you.
Chivas. Oh no, that
No.
wasn't one of them.
Let me. Okay, I'm going to start here. The original 96ers, Columbus Crew, DC United, New England Revolution, New York Red Bull, aka Metro Stars, the Rapids, Dallas Sporting,
Gotta be
LA Galaxy, San Jose.
Gotta be the Rapids.
No,
Wrong.
Rapids won one.
No.
Revolution.
Revs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, with that guy with the long hair back in the day, early MLS days.
The guy with the long hair.
Bring back the
Him.
crayon
Yes.
logo.
Oh, I can't quite think of his name.
So we got the 3. We got there. See, that was fun.
Wait, who was the third? I missed it.
Revs.
Oh, the Revolution.
Who are the 3?
Screw those guys.
Revs, Red Bulls, Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you were wrong about San Jose earlier.
But the Revs have been in how many MLS Cups? Like 3 when Twellman was there and lost all of them, I think.
Now, the difference, though.
Well, he does carry along the St. Louis tradition.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the difference, though, is what makes it especially brutal for New York, for the Red Bull, is that they've won 3 supporter shields, but they've never won a cup. They have 0 Open Cups. They have 0 MLS Cups. They've got 4 runners-up. Whereas at least New England has won an Open Cup. Dallas has won, I think they've won 2 Open Cups.
Right. Yep.
But it's especially it's their like club cultures that they choke in finals.
Yeah. And it's been a thing for so long. When we beat them in the Open Cup final
2017.
In 2017, it was already a thing. Like, this is the one. They're gonna do it. And then we made Sasha Kljestan cry on the field because they didn't do it again. And all these years have passed, and they're still trying for it.
That's a good memory, Cody.
It was a fun game.
But hey,
well, he was like right by me. He was. I watched him cry like 15 yards from me on the field. So
Did you offer
that's how I
to,
remember.
dry his tears or anything?
So,
No.
Cody, you watched the highlights, right? But did you see that they blew a whistle for a foul late in the game, and everybody thought it was the final whistle? And players started to run on the field and everything.
Oh my God!
To
No, I
force
missed
them off.
that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, Carrie and I were talking. You can't have a final in the day. It can't be in the daylight, Carrie. I'm watching the highlights. It's a beautiful goal that they score, but if the sun is coming down, if the sun is setting when that's happening, it just feels like a random middle of the afternoon regular season game.
Especially with Kansas City hosting NWSL Cup a few weeks ago. Like, we were privileged to have that at 7.
Yeah, that's true.
In the freezing cold.
But that's MLS Cup every year. Is middle of the day.
Why?
Because Apple.
No.
No.
No. Because what happened last night in primetime?
That's actually why I'm asking the
college
question.
football championship
Oh,
week.
yeah.
Texas, Georgia, like
it's by design.
All of
folks.
the conference championship games are Saturday, all day long, ending with like the biggest games in primetime. They don't want to compete.
Well,
Because they can't.
I'm sorry. I don't think they're competing with whatever game was on in the afternoon either. Whatever college championship game was on that afternoon, I'm sure they lost to that game also.
But it wasn't Georgia and Texas.
I don't know, man. Who is this person that likes MLS?
What would have happened if Inter Miami made it to the finals?
It wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah, college football is the second most popular sport in this country after professional football. So there's nothing you can do about that.
Probably actually more because everybody has their local teams. There's more local teams.
Yeah.
I don't remember an MLS Cup in primetime since Toronto, Seattle.
Well, ours was 2013 was at night. I remember that.
No, it was
No,
not.
it was not.
It was
was
mid-afternoon. Yeah, because it's Kansas City.
Right.
Late. It was
No, it was definitely during the afternoon.
Okay, well then it had to have kicked off at like 4.
It was like an afternoon game. Yeah, but it got dark and cold. But it was middle of the afternoon.
Dark does kind of like denote nighttime. So
but it didn't kick off when it was
overcast.
dark.
And yeah.
I don't know. This MLS final, it's just one of those things that if you're an MLS sicko, you're going to watch the game. I don't think, if you're a person that is going to watch this final, you're not going to be like, oh, well, Georgia's playing Texas. I need to turn into that one.
Sorry, I wouldn't give a crap. I'd watch the MLS Cup. Sorry.
I don't think MLS Cup is getting any casual viewers who happen to see that it's on and I don't think.
Right.
I don't know. Just put it at a better time.
So, I love watching soccer. I'm an MLS fan, right? I watch a lot of MLS because it pertains to it always directly affects sporting somehow. I would have watched Georgia Texas over.
Okay.
Because I like
enough.
all sports, and that has direct implications on the teams that I root for, like whether or not Miami makes the playoffs in college football.
They're not going to.
They are not going to. And thank you for reminding me of that. But MLS just doesn't want to compete for the eyeballs, and they can't. The sport's not popular enough yet.
Maybe put it on a different day, Friday night.
There you go.
Sure.
Then you got to compete with high school football. So
no, high school football's over. High school football's been over for 2 weeks.
Oh,
it has been.
All right. Perfect. I think we just solved it. We fixed MLS. Good job.
Yeah, but then it's on the West Coast, so you got that to deal with as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, screw them. Well, obviously the fix will be fall-spring calendar instead of spring-fall calendar.
So what did Mr. Garber say in his State of the Union about that?
We've talked more about that recently, but we've not made a decision.
Yeah.
Something like that. Not exact words.
We're going to find out right before the season starts.
I still think they're doing it in 2026, and they're going to have
Right.
a tournament at the beginning of 2026, skip over the World Cup, and then start it in the fall.
Could be.
It's a
Do you know
logical
how
thing.
bad attendance is going to be at a February 1st game in Kansas City?
We already have that.
No, we don't.
Okay, well,
They'll be
it's
starting in early
it's
February.
like a week after that.
Well,
as
only
it
because of
stands.
Champions League. But nobody's going to show up in
Champions Cup. Get it right.
justice for the Champions League name. But no, attendance will suffer sitting at Children's Mercy in
Well, maybe
January.
they won't schedule games here at that time, David.
Yeah, but then it's not fair to the teams in the cold weather to play a 4-month road swing.
It
Will
wouldn't
it-
be that
4
much. It'd just be
months.
like a month.
4 months.
Will attendance
It would be
suffer?
brutally cold December, January, February.
If the team is good and playing well and the fans aren't apoplectic like that, then the cold they'll get out to the game. If they're excited, they'll get out to these early season games.
Yeah, but it's going to turn into a case where, we watched the players, the U.S. men's team, complain about playing in sub-degree weather
Yeah.
in Minnesota. That's going to suck for the players, all the time.
Yeah.
Well, the World Cup's gonna be hot as hell.
You're
so
in
there you go.
America. It's cold in America. You're
And
going to have to
hot.
play some soccer games in the cold
Well,
and in the
it's-
hot.
Yeah, but the way that the season's structured now, you have a couple really cold games, and it's like a novelty when they blow out the yellow ball in Colorado or whatever. But have you watched a Canadian national team game where they have to shovel the field and then the goalie's wearing pants? Have you seen this? He wears a sweatshirt and pants.
No, I haven't.
It doesn't look serious. It doesn't. And there's a reason. It's because it's not supposed to be played that way. In every other league in the world where it's very cold, like Norway and Sweden,
I'm just
they play
saying-
on the same calendar that we do.
I'm just saying I watched them play an NFL game in Buffalo. Another one in full
Last
snow.
weekend.
Yeah.
Those games are also not fun though. When it's because you can't
I'd
play it
argue
the same way.
opposite.
It's a novelty.
Yeah, for sure.
But if it was consistent, because there are only 16 games, and not all 16 are going to be in the snow. But if it was crappy weather in Buffalo for 3 months of the season,
Ugh, seems like a horrible place to live. Buffalo?
Cody,
God,
if
miserable.
no disrespect to Western New York, we love you all if you're listening.
No, I'm disrespecting them.
Cody, are you showing
Build
up
a
to
roof.
Sporting Kansas City Stadium to shovel snow like Buffalo fans do?
See, if we had that much snow and a St. Louis game coming up,
You
no,
would.
I'm not.
you're
I'm
not.
not. I'm still going to request that they pay everyone. Actually, we did find out that Buffalo paid those people, didn't they? They even all the fans that came out to do this for community. I think I did find out that they actually paid them. Thad, if the team was like, hey, we can't clear this snow in time for the St. Louis game tomorrow, would you please come help me? Bring your shovel. Come help me.
No. I don't shovel my driveway if it's under 10 inches.
What?
Yes, but does your driveway face north, south, west, east?
North.
What do you
It doesn't
do?
melt.
Okay. Mine
Drive
doesn't
over
either.
it?
You shovel your sidewalk?
No.
You do have a pretty
just wants to
flat
get sued.
driveway, so like the slope getting in or out isn't really much of a worry.
Just get a little run up. You got to hit the brakes right as you hit the garage.
He does supply ice skates though for those he's wanting to come in.
So, Thad, we've been talking about the roster building for Sporting Kansas City, questions about roster management, construction, all of that, and also the small market question we've been kind of discussing. This MLS Cup was New York and LA. Does that mean anything to you? Is that relevant to this? Like, look at these two teams. Look at the 3 windows that the Galaxy just had and how well they're doing all of this, how much money they're spending. Look at how much money the Red Bulls are spending. And look, it works.
How much did the Red Bull spend?
I don't know, but Forsberg had to be a lot of money, right?
Right.
I'm not saying that to counter your argument as much as I actually don't know how much New York spent.
More
Because
than
they're
us.
also
More than us.
They're also one who has been great at developing through their academy.
Very true.
So if they're spending, it's probably only on a couple players here and there, I'm guessing. I would need to look it up to confirm that. LA, though, spent a lot of money. They went through a big roster rebuild. And, but Ricky, Ricky minus the ACL Puig was, still inspiring, but it wasn't on the field. But they still had plenty of players. So they did it. We can do it.
Did you see the video of him being pushed around in the beverage cart with a cigar?
No.
I did not
I did.
see
That was fun.
I've never liked Ricky Puig more than that, like, honestly.
And at the end, it went into like slow mo, so it was like just a puff of smoke coming out. Slow mo.
Forsberg was a $3 million player.
Oh,
So-
wow.
But and the computer here, the internet is so slow that I can't quickly get you the answer you want. But
Use a phone.
it's a level of work I'm not willing to
Man,
put in right now.
Forsberg costs $3 million. That's crazy.
Yeah, I think Sporting could spend that if they had a.
If they didn't put it all on Pulido.
Yeah, I mean, well, Pulido's now a $3 million player, right?
Oh my God, killed my club. He killed my club.
That
Did he?
was part of the assassination. attempt.
Killed how? Like let's talk about
These are the darkest days
Hold on.
club history.
Yes, but
No.
let's talk about this real quick because I saw a comment on our website that was like, Pulido and Shallowy are way underperforming their contracts, and we talk about how he killed our club. How? Because in terms of whether you pay him $1 over the DP threshold or whether we paid him $10 billion a year, he hits the budget at the same rate as any other designated player.
Yeah, but
True.
And hold on.
True.
And Cliff Illig, the principal owner of the club, has so much money. He could pay whoever he wanted, whatever he wanted. He could have gotten Messi, hypothetically. We would have way overpaid Miami, but there's not an amount of money that Cliff Illig couldn't pay if he didn't want to. So how did Pulido kill the club other than his performance has been not great?
is that true? Is Illig rolling on the same money as the owner of the Galaxy and the New York teams?
Who owns the Galaxy?
I don't know.
Philip Anschutz.
Philip
Anschutz, that's right. Damn, I did know that actually.
Yeah. He's in that ballpark. I mean, I don't know, once you get over $1 billion, I don't know how to judge that anymore. There's billions
I
upon
guess
billions.
Anschutz is worth $17 billion.
I guess my point is not. It's not. Yes, he has money. Cliff Illig is
Is
rich.
that 1.1 billion?
Okay, so that is not on the same page.
Right.
No, but it's still an amount of money that you could pay any. He's also
Yeah,
not the sole
okay,
owner.
But you can't. I understand
Right,
that.
yeah.
I understand what you're getting at there, but it's not how much money feasibly could they spend if they just abandoned being a businessman and just gave all their money to the team. It's how much they're willing to put towards the team that year or the year after that. And I do think, you made the point where Pulido still only goes in as the DP. He still is that maxed out. But I do think the other $10 million that they spent on that transfer fee prevented at least one other. You know what I mean? If they don't
Well,
spend that $10 million,
You're
then
exactly right.
there's someone else they could have brought in.
Because it wasn't Pulido that ruined the club. It was,
Yes, it was.
the fact that the roster construction, they depended too much on, wingers like Russell and Shallowy to feed a Pulido.
Yeah.
And they didn't get that central midfielder who can feed Pulido because Pulido can't make it all on his own. And then, of course, the center back situation. So those are the things that killed the club, if you want to argue what killed the club.
Well, Kenda was in that argument of being able to feed Pulido also.
Right.
So, and the two of them going injured at the same time for about the same length of time. It's, you can argue that this player or that player, they overspent or whatever, but two of those DPs going down and then maybe never coming back the same.
Yeah.
That's what killed it really badly.
David, he killed my club. Here.
Okay. So, real quick, I'll tell you. So, without really diving in, I can't tell you how much Red Bull spent on transfer fees, but I can tell you market value of the club. So, Red Bull's towards the bottom of the pack in terms of overall market value, in terms of what's their squad worth at 41.3 million euro.
That's pretty good.
Sporting's at 25.98. They're last. Our players are collectively valued, at least by transfer market, as the lowest valued club in terms of how good our players are. And then you compare it to Miami at 94.08 million, LAFC at 63, LA Galaxy at 61.
David, if I told you, let's go back in time, we're maybe going to sign this fancy new Mexican striker.
Mm-hmm.
Chucky Lozano. Oh, sorry.
If I told you everything that happened after that, people want to fire the manager, he gets injured for half the contract, the club misses playoffs for 2 years, like
Doesn't
the first
produce
time
in
in
the
a million.
playoffs.
He doesn't do anything. If I told you everything that happened after that, it would be a nightmare scenario. Like, if you put yourself where we were at the time, and I told you they're finally going to spend this money, $10 million on one guy, a Mexican striker, amazing. And if I told you everything that happened after that, you'd be like, absolutely not. Horrible scenario. I can't even imagine anything like that happening to my club. And this is exactly where we are right now. All of that, it's horrible.
I don't think that this club is one striker away from being good, so I don't agree. I agree.
You're right.
I agree that Pulido's first contract, Pulido, when we initially signed him, when healthy, was elite.
And that was the COVID year. The one
the
healthy
saying,
year we got out of him was a year that didn't even fucking count.
But it was the years that bracketed the injury. He was elite. When the second contract, Pulido has not been nearly as good, but I don't have as much of a problem with it, only because this team was nowhere near competing. We lost Gadi Kinda, and every team in the league needs an elite midfielder. I like Eric Tommy.
Was not elite.
Hold on.
Gadi Kinda was very
Pulido,
good.
He was very good.
In that first contract, was Pulido elite outside of his injuries? I don't know if he had maybe like a couple month periods before and after where he was good. I mean, the only period where I would call Pulido elite was when he was negotiating the second contract. It was like a 3-month period. He was elite. Before that, I was like, fine, good, maybe above average.
It was enough at the time.
Yeah.
For people not to get mad when they said we re-signed him.
Oh, I was on the show saying, do it. You got to do it. He's scoring goals. It's like 2 in the hand, 1 in the bush. Like you've got this guy, like he
halfway
can score
goals.
goals.
It was a bad thing.
halfway.
So 2020.
You talking balls or what?
No, I'm just saying. We knew it was not a bad move to bring him back. He was playing. I'm not criticizing that. I am just saying after the fact, dude killed my club.
So 2020, 11 starts, 12 appearances, 6 goals, 5 assists. So 12 matches, 11 goals and assists combined. He had almost a goal and assist per 90.
Yes, we get it.
Okay. 2021, 21 matches played, 8 goals, 2 assists. He had half a goal or assist per 90. 2023, so he missed all of 22. 2023, 28 matches played, 14 goals, 1 assist, half a goal or assist per 90. 2024, 31 matches, 7 goals, 4 assists, half a goal or assist per 90.
All right, I have another thing.
I never heard one elite in that list. I didn't hear elite.
No, but there's more to the sport than simply scoring goals or assists, right? Like it's Alan Pulido's.
We've heard that a million times that Alan does all the other stuff.
But he hasn't punched anyone. That's what I want to know.
Or bitten anyone.
Yeah.
His ability to combine, his ability to, and he was worse this year. I'm certainly not going to disagree that this was not a good year for him. But like historically, Alan has been able to drop into the midfield and break a press. His ability-
historically, like decades ago,
He's-
because I don't remember it.
Press
Disagree
resistant.
with that to a degree.
That he was pretty press resistant, like when he received the ball in the midfield. That
But he hasn't done that. That's what he was amazing at that for a while.
yeah,
And
For a
I
while.
didn't have that the last year and a half, I don't think.
I mean, since he signed his new contract, there is a sharp fall off. But I would not say he killed the club.
Okay.
I'd say not replacing Gadi Kinda did more to kill the club than Alan Pulido did.
No.
Killed it.
You're
Club-
all
the
wrong.
club I
Daniel
once knew-
Shallowy going to the crapper is what ruined this club.
Yeah,
No,
honestly.
also not fair.
I'm just being silly.
You know,
That didn't help.
there's this argument or that argument or that argument about what killed the club. It's not a either or thing. It is
It's
all
the
of those
cumulative.
things together.
Yes.
If Pulido didn't score a ton of goals but helped with assists, helped possession, and helped create other stuff, yeah, that's good. Johnny Russell falling off a freaking cliff. Love the man, but he fell off a cliff. Daniel Shalhoub fell off of a cliff. Having no right backs. All of these things came into play. There's not one thing other than bad luck, maybe the deal with the devil they made to win Open Cups over Red Bull. I don't know. Comes back to bite, but whatever it is, the whole team, now they need to rebuild this freaking team.
Maybe we should change the people who are running the club. I don't know.
Carrie, if I'm sending you back in time, would you advise Sporting Kansas City to not sign Alan Pulido?
I mean, are you coming back in time and telling me everything that happened?
Yes, and you're gonna have to believe me. Like
okay.
I'm gonna explain something that I know about you that you're like, all right, this guy really is from the future. He must know.
I think no, you get me at he's injured half the contract.
Yeah.
That's honestly that's what does it for me.
Anything beyond
and it
that,
should.
yeah.
That's what it should do it for everyone. Was that
Yeah.
he was injured for half the contract.
Yeah, I wouldn't even need to give you much more information.
No.
Sign him for 3 years. He's injured for a year and a half. Do you want to sign him or no?
No.
Well, the conversation we had before the pod, or Robert and I were talking about is, this club does not run like a business, though. So when you look at who we sign for contracts, we always let them run their contracts down, right? How many people we just let run out of contract and then they are free agents or whatever. And then you look at other clubs like Atlanta United, for instance, they sign Thiago Almada for $16 million. They sell him for $21 plus $9 million in add-ons. They sign Miguel Almiron for a record contract and sell him for a record contract. We sign a guy like Alan Pulido with no intent to ever move him on and make any money from the purchase, and I think that's a bigger problem overall.
Mm-hmm.
It's the profile of who we sign and what we're signing him to.
But also at the time when we signed him, that was a different version of MLS.
Yeah.
That was
pre-Messi.
Yeah.
Different era.
I mean, but it was less common to get a younger player and then sell them at the time.
It was less common, but that's about the time period when that was becoming common with
Yeah,
Atlanta,
exactly.
especially.
Yeah.
But also, you signed a 29-year-old striker, because I think he was 29 when he signed, and you're not really looking at you're turning over a 29-year-old striker who, even at that time, I thought he was probably going on the downhill. But I mean, going from Liga MX to MLS, I thought, yeah, he's going to score goals. That's cool, and the other things he brings, all that stuff. But I don't think that's the guy you look at and say that we didn't look to sell him. He's not the guy that you're going to do that. Kinda could have been one of those if he had just stayed healthy. Some other players, I want, the U22 players who, have panned out really well so far.
Well, but like you mentioned that yesterday was the 11-year anniversary of 2013 MLS Cup, right? 2013 MLS Cup was built on the backs of our initial dynasty players who were all young. Okay?
Yeah, totally agree.
The issue that we've had over the last...
Tell that to Jimmy Nielsen hobbling around that goal line there.
No, but that's the thing, though, is if you have a young squad and you can put in one veteran to get you over the line, that's one thing.
Right.
But we've been trying for so many years to just plug and play 27, 28, 29-year-old veterans to try and keep the dynasty alive, and we don't have a young core of players. And so if you have a young, really talented team and Alan Pulido as 29 is the missing link, that's one thing. But, this team doesn't run the way that every other soccer club in the world runs.
Well, we are getting a little bit back with our roster to younger players to build on, and maybe that's a perfect segue into our next segment.
Yeah, and Jimmy was a 36-year-old, I think, at the time, keeper. So, I mean, he was old, but he was a keeper also. So, a little different in comparing that to some of the other players. But that's really just being in agreement with the team was young.
Robert, good segue. We're going to take a break first, and then we'll do that. And we went long on the MLS talk.
We talked about a lot of stuff we didn't have on our rundown, Cody. What
Should
happened?
never happen.
We'll be right back.
Craven, the hunter, who uses all the methods of the animals.
This Thursday.
Once you're on his list, there's only one way off.
Are you like your father?
He puts evil into the world. I get rid of people like him.
Who's next?
Witness the making of a new Marvel villain.
You think you're some kind of honor. You're a criminal just like our father.
Aaron Taylor Johnson is Craven the Hunter. Rated R. Under 17 on admitted without parent. In theaters Thursday.
This episode is brought to you by Allstate. Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the date of the big game first before you accidentally buy tickets on your 20th wedding anniversary and have to spend the next 20 years of your marriage making up for it. Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Northbrook, Illinois.
Robert, you were referencing the new academy signings, Ian James and Jack Courtcamp. We had to pay Minnesota United some money for this, who
Bullshit. Excuse me.
who doesn't have an academy anymore, so why should they get any money for it?
Well, they do.
They do have an academy. It's just they stopped having academy for a while. They released like most of their coaches and parents and players were upset, and tons of them left. Okay. And that's when we got them.
Well, the rebuild has begun, Thad. This is it. The first move of the offseason, where it's what we've been waiting for, right? 2 16-year-old academy products?
It is. And I think we'll be very interested in to see how they develop over the next couple of years.
Are they going to get some playing time from the first team?
Probably not much. I would expect Ian James to be the one most likely to get some time. If we have an Open Cup, if Sporting plays in an Open Cup, I would expect maybe some time there. Courtcamp is 16. You're probably not starting a 16-year-old keeper in a league game unless you absolutely have to.
You know what, though? What if we did? How cool would it be? Just be in a position where you don't really peak until you're mid-20s. You're screw it. Throw him out there and let's see what happens.
We should do it against Minnesota, too.
Let him be commanding the back line and be like, hey, Joaquin, I know you're generally speaking, an elderly man for this sport, but you do what I tell you to do or else.
I love the idea of David being in the boardroom in the front office of Sporting Kansas City and just from the corner. You know what? What if we did?
I've never met Courtcamp, so I don't know what his voice sounds like, but I like the idea of his voice cracking and breaking as he's still going through puberty.
Everybody back!
Out!
Just for reference, okay, I don't remember the exact numbers, but I think he gave up 10 goals in 3 full appearances.
Oh.
In SKC2.
We're here for vibes, man. We're here for vibes.
I mean, that's not to say he's not a good keeper. There's a lot of defensive issues there, but 10 goals in 3 full games. So
sounds like Benny's fault.
That's why he's gone, right?
That's right. That's right. He's gone, so I don't have to love him anymore.
I love Benny.
You still love him.
Always.
Yes, I do. He's my favorite player of all time.
So that's the first 2 on their way in. We have the expansion draft coming up, Thad.
We do.
Mike wrote an article telling you who he believes we should protect in the expansion draft.
Well, first of all, I think it's important to look at who San Diego has on their roster because that's the team that's going to be pulling players. They've signed 2 forwards, 2 midfielders, goalkeeper, and they have 1 defender. So traditional MLS expansion draft, they're going to be looking at backs, probably defenders.
Center backs. That's a good spot for the expansion draft.
Exactly.
There's always a big journeyman center back that someone will leave available.
Right. And, I'm not a big Robert Voloder fan. He did okay, in the stretch for us. But Mike, I think, undervalues Tim Leibold. He talks about how, Basson can fill in at left back if we need, Logan coming back from his ACL. But to me, Logan come back from his ACL, I wish him the best, of course. I want him to be our starting left back, but, he has that ACL. Who knows if that could act up. I think Leibold is a good backup at left back. I think he, especially on the attack, defending, he's about on the level with, Voloder, maybe a little bit better. I don't know. But I would like to protect him and maybe leave someone like an Alan Pulido available because he's not going to be taken because of his age, because of his salary.
My God, the balls on the team if they leave Pulido unprotected.
But I would like to protect Leibold. Maybe unprotect Volater as a possibility. Or even...
Were you arguing that maybe Ndenbe should be left unprotected?
No. I'm just wanting cover for Ndenbe.
Okay,
and I think Leibold is good cover for Ndenbe as opposed. And then Radia, we have no holding midfielder if Radia would happen to be selected, which he probably wouldn't. Mike says that he's a guy that we'd be okay losing. I disagree with that. I think he is a valuable piece because he is the only holding midfielder, and we don't want to spend big bucks maybe in that area. We have other needs that we need to fill. So those are just a couple of things that I would look at for sure.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that.
The one thing with Radia is that would be the same position as that rumored Brazilian that they're looking at.
Yeah, but how much credence does that
rumor
have?
I don't put a ton of credence in it at this point, but it could be true. It may be true. Maybe they're looking elsewhere. The hardest thing with any of this is you don't know what players they already have in the pipeline, like they're actually trying to sign deals with right now. That's always the issue with looking at some of this stuff. But yeah, I would definitely put Pulido on the unprotected list, just as a message, if nothing else.
Radia is expensive and generally unavailable. You just complained about how unavailable Pulido is. Radia is also unavailable. He came in unavailable, and he's been unavailable.
But do you want to spend money on a holding midfielder?
Yes, because I also don't think Radia is that good when he's healthy. He's okay.
But we want that 10.
He hasn't missed a whole season.
What a low bar to clear.
For this team.
The reality is, the reason I disagree with you on Volater, Robert, is that players are assets. Volater is still young enough that, even though I don't think Volater's that good, you could sell Volater, hypothetically, if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And get some of your money back or potentially make a profit. Probably not, but you could.
But the whole point is, do you think that going with Ndenbe and Basong as a backup at left back is a good plan?
Yes, because I think Tim Leibold sucks.
Okay.
I think on his best day, he's fine.
Yeah.
And
like half of our roster.
Right. But again, Ndenbe is a saleable asset and is a starting caliber player. Basong is a backup with more positional versatility than Leibold. Leibold's older. Yeah. Leibold has no resale value whatsoever.
He has those cartoony good looks, though. Come on.
See, we've talked about this. He's a two-face.
Okay. But in terms of who are we leaving unprotected, it needs to be people who aren't assets. So even if Radia is a better holding mid than Basong, which I think is true, Radia has no resale value. Hypothetically, you can move on from Basong for some amount of GAM, right? It's just this team has so many holes in the roster, and they need to rebuild by raising capital.
So
they're not going to, but that's how you should do it.
Mm-hmm.
Outside of 4 or 5 players, nobody's taking the rest of them.
I would leave most of these guys unprotected. I know that we have to do 12. Other than Ndenbe,
can't you just not put somebody up there?
Other than Jake Davis, Logan Ndenbe, Vargas Afrifa, and Memo because he's an MLS replacement level
Memo would get taken.
He would. Memo is exactly who would get taken. But there's 6 dudes I would protect. Rosero's a good player. I would not protect Rosero.
He's replaceable.
Yeah.
In this offseason, though, is he? You know what I mean? If they have someone maybe
everybody's
on deck,
replaceable in an offseason if you want to do it. It's just how hard the team wants to, I guess my point is that the way that we have run this club for so long doesn't work anymore, and it needs a fundamental reset. There are other teams that have dramatically reshaped their roster in one transfer window. We could if we wanted to.
You think so?
Yes.
So what do you think of Mike leaving Kyrie Shelton available, our only true right back if Davis is in the midfield?
Our only true right back?
Oh, well, you know what I mean by that. The one who's
the
played there.
$750,000 a year for Kyrie.
Yeah.
So you're saying he would be taken?
In a salary cap league. Yeah, he's not going to get taken. Yeah. He's not. But we should be begging somebody to do it.
Well, yes, of course.
And I don't hate Kyrie.
Right.
But the
It's
value,
just that contract. Like,
but
no
the
one's taking
return
that
on
contract.
investment is not worth it in a salary cap league.
So again,
Especially for San Jose to be like, yes, that contract looks nice. I want to buy that and put that on my books.
Well, expansion teams are notoriously stupid. I mean, they often go take players that, we just need a guy who's versatile and he can play right back, he can play center forward, he can play a winger. We know he's in great shape, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So they could take him. We could say, hey, we'll give you 200 in GAM to take him. Make that contract much nicer for him.
Carrie, any thoughts?
No.
All right.
She has no thoughts on Kyrie Sheldon.
I'll leave it. I'll leave it there.
Oh, I wasn't saying particularly about Sheldon, but yeah.
But Carrie, you wrote your first article on the KC Soccer Journal.
Yes.
It was about Nichelle Prince, who is returning for 2025.
Yeah, a little bit shocking, I think, to some, just because we still have a lot of forwards, and we're just very deep at that position. If we have Bia getting healthy, then I'm not sure Nichelle Prince really starts. She might be first off the bench. But then again, like, this season, we were relatively healthy compared to where we've been the last 4 years.
Yeah.
So at some point, someone's going to get hurt. She'll have a start. It's also nice now that in this cycle, there's no major international competitions, so that she can focus on club versus getting healthy for her country.
Yeah, no major international windows, but they'll still have plenty of like little tournaments.
Yeah.
She believes, or
she
doesn't believe. Or...
I meant like no World Cup,
Right,
no
yeah.
Olympics. Yes.
She
Are they
doesn't
having the-
believe. I like that one.
Do they have the 3D printed cup? Is that happening again?
They haven't announced it, but I get the feeling they're not doing that cup ever again. Let's just say I've heard some dissatisfaction with how some of that one cup went. So
Good. The one and only winner.
No,
they won two.
Oh, okay.
3D printed cup and the
Oh, well, okay.
Liga MX.
You're talking
Milk Cup.
I thought we were just saying that first one wasn't coming back. Neither of them maybe.
No,
coming
I think
back.
one of them will,
Oh, okay.
but I think the other one will not.
No, but we were also not just that winner of the printed cup.
Yeah,
There's
because
three
it was like
others.
regional, right? Or not regional, but
Kinda.
there was like 3 a year or something, right?
I think they're planning on having 4 a year and then taking the winners, and I don't know if that's going to happen or it feels like a scam. So
Trophy's a trophy, whatever.
yeah, well, you can print one.
That's right.
What else has been going on with the Currents off season so far? What have I missed?
Not too much. They do have end of season decisions coming up on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, there'll be a presser. There was also an 18-year-old Nigerian that came out like a couple weeks before NWSL Cup, but only because she showed up as on loan from the Current, and everybody's like, "Who? What? Huh?" So she's on loan to the USL Super League team.
The Carolina Ascents, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, they announced her and they're like on loan, and everyone was like, "Is she?"
So what difficult decisions will the Current face in this coming week? Are there any?
Yeah, what's a move we're expecting to happen?
Probably first one should be goalkeeper, because we have none under contract at the moment.
That's right. I forgot about that.
So
Hopefully they sign Schultz.
Right.
But they have like 9 players out of contract right now, something like that. I don't know if that's the 8, 9, 10. But some good names, Kristen Hamilton, Elizabeth Ball. So they just got to make those decisions. But all of NWSL should be announcing those on Tuesday.
What's the cap space like?
That would be
Don't know.
unknown. They don't tell salaries. They
Seriously?
well, when you're getting paid at the beginning of the league less than $10,000,
Yeah.
they don't want to put that out into
Yeah.
the world.
The with a lot of the moves they made over the summer window, they opened up cap space. So that's been stated, is that they now have cap space. They can go out and still look for a really good player.
Do we know what the cap is? Do we have that information?
Yes.
And then you can just divide it by 11 to get the average salary? Or 22, I guess? 23?
Yeah, I mean, there's still it's harder. The roster rules there are weird. It's not harder than MLS. It's just that I don't know them as well. So there is cap and there is extra monies you can spend if you want to and stuff like that. But it's a rapidly changing thing all the time. So I don't keep up with it as much as I should.
Salary cap will be $3.3 million.
Yeah.
In 2025.
Okay, good job, Carrie.
So,
Thank
Cody,
you.
we survived Johnny Russell being dropped from the roster. Tim Melia, can you survive Kristen Hamilton leaving the Current?
Yeah, that's a question that might happen?
Yep.
She's out of contract.
Wasn't playing a lot this year. Yeah, that'll be tough. Tough year of outs for the KC teams. When you say we survived Johnny leaving, I don't know that I've survived.
Still to be determined.
It's still wondering if he's okay. Are they worried about where are they right now? What are they gonna do?
Been no news as far as I know, anyway.
Yeah, haven't seen anything on any of them. But
I know, and I'm worried about him.
You know, Tim would probably be a really great starter in San Diego.
Good point.
Ooh, that's a valid point.
You know, because he's not a super high contract.
I like that a lot, actually.
Can you imagine that happening? And then, we're playing them, and there's a PK, and he saves the PK against us. Oh, my God.
Because, of course, he
would. With Pulse Camp looking from the other end going, damn.
Right.
How did he do that?
But my hands are bigger. He's screaming. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. That's on Tuesday. So it should be some roster moves for them.
I would also think that in the next few days, maybe we get an announcement about a college player signing, but I'm not sure.
Just any college player, or there's one in particular?
Yeah, I mean, there's just there's no longer any drafts.
Right. Okay.
So,
yeah.
Carrie, are you eligible for?
I was wondering, like, did you hear something? Like, you're
no, I did not. I'm literally just putting it out there. Like,
no, yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right because the timing would
like
be
a good modern day journalist would do.
That's right. And thank you. You're officially a member of the KC Soccer Journal. You're not just a guest here on the show. You're a writer of ours, a main member of the show. We're very happy to have you.
But will you
Thank
put
you
that
for
on your
the content.
resume? Would that be something you'd put on your resume? Or to get cut in the process?
You don't have to say yes just to
TBD.
make us happy.
this is gonna be super embarrassing. It might be on my LinkedIn already.
Oh, good. Good.
Hey, that
got a
that
network.
makes us happy. I mean,
Yeah,
I was expecting like, well, yeah, someday I'll probably get around to it. I don't know. It's on my LinkedIn.
I looked up Cody's to see if he had it on his, and then he did, and so I was like,
So
I'm gonna
Cody's
do it.
your go-to, your standard? I want to be Cody?
Yeah, that's not a great template to follow.
We expect better from you.
So Thad, the comments have started. 2 wins over St. Louis to start the season.
Yeah, 8-3 in St. Louis, 8-4 at home. Really good start. And then last night they played in Milwaukee, and a little bit of controversy over a goal disallowed.
Hey, I would try to chip the goalkeeper if he's leaving his goal. Yeah, why not?
Absolutely.
What happened?
Well, I wasn't able to watch it live, and I haven't been able to watch the replay because it was on Golazo and it hasn't made it to YouTube yet.
Yeah.
So I will watch that. But my understanding is one of the referees inadvertently pulled the blue card out incorrectly. So it's like hockey. If you call a penalty, the goalie can go because the
Sixth
other team,
attacker.
Yeah. Because a team can't score against you if they have a delayed call on you. So the goalie apparently saw a ref pull a blue card, started running to the bench. The referee puts the blue card back in his pocket, and the goalie's running back, and the Comet chips him for a goal.
And they
Called it back.
called it back. Oh.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So
That is a disaster.
on a lot of different levels, because obviously Milwaukee's like, well, that's absolutely fair. Comments
I
are
gave
like,
the Comets a free kick.
comments
Wow,
are like,
that's
but
crazy.
no. And there's only a limited amount of those games that are on Golazo. I mean, there's like 40 of the
Yeah.
whole all of it, but the second or third game on Golazo this year, and they're already having like referee stupidity and controversy, and of course nobody from the floor can talk to the announcers to tell them what's going on, so they're speculating. All that stuff doesn't play in well to that being as good as it could be for the league. So
The broadcast of that first game in St. Louis, they just have such a sad product over there. I'm not
Oh,
just
in
like
St. Louis? Yeah, you're right.
I'm not just freaking out like saying our blue field is so cool. but I'm sorry. There's just something about what I was looking at on the screen. It was just dull. There was no fans in the stands. There was something that just looked so sad about this broadcast.
Home opener with they went out and signed several players that expensive players for indoor, and they had 2,800 show up for that game, and at least a couple of hundred of them were Comets fans that had traveled over.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Comets had what, 56 for their opener, something like that, 55.
Yeah.
They lost Marcel Berry is the new player for the Comets. He came from the ambush.
Scored
the
in St.
opening
Louis.
goal, right? The first goal of the season? At least I think that's what I saw.
I don't know if it was the first goal, but he scored one of the first goals.
Yeah. All right. Good start for the Comets. Seems like they just got screwed out of a 3-0 start, but bodes well, right?
Yeah, it was a point. It was an overtime loss.
Okay.
So,
okay.
It's like hockey. You get the overtime bonus.
Trivia game coming up. Thad, you better be ready when we come back from break. We'll be right back.
Meaningless stuff. Why do we gift so much meaningless stuff? Tired of generic gifts and hollow trends? Shutterfly allows you to create meaningful photo gifts for your family and friends. Whether it's a cozy fleece blanket for grandma, a stunning canvas print for mom, or a mug to make dad smile. Enjoy 40% off with code MAKE40 at Shutterfly.com and make something meaningful this year. See site for more details.
This episode is brought to you by NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV. There's a lot to be thankful for this season. For one, I'm thankful you can get NFL Sunday Ticket on YouTube TV right now for only $209. It's exactly what you need as we head right into the playoffs. You can invite your friends over. Maybe you have a multi-view. You could have 4 different games, one for you, one each for the 3 other friends you invite. You can change the games around as soon as the outcome becomes pretty certain. Dump that game, but in another one. I've become the multi-view master. The moment the one of the games is losing steam, I'm ready to move right in and move it for another one. Build your own multi-view. One of my favorite words. Thank yourself this holiday season. Get NFL Sunday Ticket for the rest of the NFL regular season for just $209. Sign up now at youtube.com/BS. Terms and embargoes apply. Device and content restrictions apply. No cancellations.
All right. Thad's trivia game. I wish we had a name for this. I hope you can keep doing this. So I'm going to come up with a name. I'm going to get some fun background music. I'm very excited for Thad's trivia game.
Is this where we all start banging on the table really loud?
Please don't.
Yeah, and I don't know if I'll do this one all the time, but I'll try to come up with a trivia game like at least every other week, or if not more, I'll try. Sometimes that will fail
Bi-monthly.
miserably.
I like that. Bi-monthly trivia from Thad.
Bell's bi-monthly.
There we go. See,
Buffaloing.
We're getting closer.
Bastardization. I don't know. Whatever.
Hey, David already got screwed out of one trivia contest this weekend. Let's see
So
if he
Thad,
gets
do you
screwed
need
out of
to
another.
you need to explain this game? Is it very
Yeah.
simple?
It's pretty simple, I think. It's going to be a player that has played in Kansas City.
Okay.
Soccer in Kansas City in some way,
Male
shape,
or
or form.
female.
It will not be. Yeah, it'll be male, female.
You better
It could
not
be-
throw a UMKC Rue at me because I'm not.
I'm
going
to say professionally. I will say professionally, at least for this.
Okay.
round.
Well, thank
Okay.
goodness.
Have played professionally. David, you need to turn your screens off because
He's already searching and he doesn't even have a question.
okay, I don't care what you have up now. I care what you
No.
might look.
Now
he's watching basketball.
I'm watching.
David.
Tottenham got smoked. They blew a 2-0 lead, and now I've pivoted to watching KU Mizzou.
David, you better watch your
and
back.
who are you rooting for?
You better watch your back.
KU.
Carrie's
My
coming
alma
for
mater.
that spot. You better watch it.
My hands
enough.
my arms are crossed. I will not touch the keyboard.
Carrie, you are
I'm gonna have
responsible for
Carrie-
David. Okay?
Why
you
are
don't
you guys
assist
coming
me-
at
Because
me like
anytime
this?
I've done this before, you have
What's your other monitor
you have
got on
used
it?
every alternative method you have to answer a question, also known as cheating.
Yes.
Did you answer who you're rooting for?
He did.
KU. It's my alma mater.
Alma mater.
Oh,
I went to
Give him
school
that.
there. I paid them tuition.
Carrie, who are you?
I went to Wichita State.
Okay.
She was an intramural
but wait, I
referee
don't-
of your
I
stuff.
So I don't care.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't know what that
I
means.
don't care.
You don't
I
know.
think that was
So I'll probably say
State means?
Mizzou because I'm from Missouri.
You were a shocker.
I'm a shocker.
The Shockers.
Yeah.
Well, our schools were more of rivalries. Missouri State and Wichita State kind of had, at least when I was there, basketball, they had a thing.
I don't think we've played Missouri State basketball in a long time.
So they're not, Wichita State's not in the Valley anymore, are they?
Nope.
Forgot about that.
The American.
Yeah. That's right. I forgot. And Missouri State just switched football conferences too. Anyway.
While we're here, should we give a shout out to UMKC for making it so far in the NCAA?
We should.
Yeah. The Roos made it to the Sweet 16.
Beat Missouri State.
Beat Missouri State.
Beat SLU.
And SLU.
That's awesome.
So they're the kings of Missouri, at least.
Right.
So really well done. Great games. They had to come from behind several times. Some
lost in the Elite Eight.
The 16.
The Sweet 16. That's right.
Yeah.
They are now also making a claim, Springfield, for soccer capital of America. So there you go.
Player 3 has entered the chat.
Right.
But yeah, anyway, congrats to Ryan Poor and his team for playing really well. Congrats.
Is Ryan Poor part of this?
Nice job,
game?
Bruce.
I thought about it, but I did not.
You thought about it. Okay.
Okay.
All right. First player up. I'm just going to throw out a fact about it, and if a fact about the player, you can make a guess. Don't make multiple guesses because that kind of.
This is open to the room here.
How do we buzz in?
We're like as a team.
Do you want to do like?
Oh my God! Never again. Never again are we doing that.
Okay, I think we have to do it like we're playing soccer. You put your hand up.
Dave's
the
got
referee
his
has to
hands
call.
behind his back.
I don't want to be accused of cheating. I don't like the slander that's happening.
Can we just do this
Facts
as a
are
team?
not slander.
Do we have to compete against each other? Can we just do
You
it as
decide.
a team effort?
You decide. You're the host.
This is your game.
You're the host.
I think you should open it up to the group, and it's just, whoever answers it first can have bragging rights, I guess.
Okay, but I just don't like not multiple answers. Don't like just keep shouting out names.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
One answer.
We'll be organized.
All right. So the first clue on this player is they were born a month and a half later after Sporting KC started.
Okay.
And by Sporting KC, I mean the KC Wiz.
Approximately 28 years old.
I've heard this antidote.
Antidote.
All right. Nobody answered. Next clue is they played in 3 different countries.
For a club in 3 different countries?
Yes. I realized I was shaking my head. That was not good radio. They would not, absolutely not, be a member of the Catalan Cafe.
Johan Krause.
What does that mean? They would not be. So you're
It
just
means
saying they're
from,
not Spanish?
They're not
They're not from
Catalonian.
Barcelona?
They're not Catalonian.
Does that narrow down a
Yes.
lot?
Yes, because
Radia?
You've already guessed twice now.
What?
You
What's wrong with that?
You call me a cheater.
What's wrong with that?
He said don't guess more than once.
So
For a
David's
clue?
right. They are not Catalonian.
Right.
But that also implies that they are.
Spanish.
They are Spanish. Okay.
Oh,
See,
okay.
that's. I'm glad I clarified that. I knew there was something there. Spanish, not Catalan. Jordi Quintilla.
no, he was from Barcelona.
Yeah, he would be eligible for it because he played for Barcelona. Or in the.
What's?
Sorry, I know my Barcelona.
Do we have another clue so I can guess again?
Sure.
No, you cannot. You
Well,
already
I thought
lost.
every clue you get a guess.
You get a guess.
Yes.
Oh, that's lame. He
David
already
hasn't
lost.
guessed yet.
Every
I know.
clue you
'cause
get a
these
guess.
clues are like ridiculous.
They're hard. He said
Is this the easy round?
He
or
said
is
it
This
was
is the
hard
easy
round.
round.
This
He
is
said
the
it was
easy
easy.
round.
This is the easy
I
one.
told you we needed Mike
He
for
said
this.
we thought we could.
Yeah. Well, this player was born in 1998 or 1996. They're 28 years old. Okay, great. We don't know gender.
He
We don't
says-
know
countries.
anything else.
3 countries.
Okay. Well, first of all, if I'm referencing them to Sporting, they're probably a Sporting player.
That doesn't necessarily mean that they are.
Go with it, David.
Go with my logic here.
So,
They're Spanish, but not Catalan.
okay.
Actually, Andalusian from that region of Spain.
A Spaniard that was not
Do
Barcelona.
we have another clue?
Do you want more?
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
We clearly need one.
They have scored they have scored while playing for Sporting, but they have not scored for Sporting.
An own goal.
Joaquin Fernandez.
I was gonna say it's the new one. That was tricky. That was tricky.
good.
That it was a brand new player. That was good. Okay, well done. You got us with that the last clue.
All
Put
right.
us in it.
This one, I have a lot of clues because I don't know who will get this. It'll
Okay.
take a little while, perhaps.
There's no faith in us.
I have more faith in you than I do.
Oh, let's go.
This player, when they left the team they played for in Kansas City, went to Arsenal. Do you know?
It's got to be a female.
Oh, Gideon Zalalem. No, that was reverse, wasn't it? Came from
Cody loses.
He came from.
This player has scored in the Olympics and a World Cup.
I can picture the face, but I can't.
This player,
Someone left here and went to Arsenal, and I can't just pull that out of my pocket.
It's a
FC Casey.
Women's player. Cody.
this player has scored more goals for the U.S. than for the club, for any club, for all the clubs put together.
Wait, repeat that?
This player has scored more
I know
goals
this.
for the national team than all of the club goals put together.
Well, then guess. Are you
Can't think of the
whispering?
name.
I
It's
know it.
back here somewhere.
Oh,
Scored, let's see, made 179 appearances for club, made 231 for the national team.
I was gonna say that we had that defender for many years,
Kristen Mewis.
but you said goal scorers here, so
This player has 2 college cups, a WPS championship, an NWSL championship, an FAWSL cup, 2 more NWSL championships, and has won the TST.
how about one of the Brazilians?
I should have read Mike's column more
What
frequently.
about like Dabinia or
Nope. She still plays here. How could she have played here and then played it for Arsenal?
oh, and she left for Arsenal. I forgot about that one.
This player has 3 Olympic golds and 1 World Cup
How are we
championship.
not getting this?
I don't know.
See,
I feel like
I'm disappointed in Carrie on
I
this
know.
one.
I am too.
Player-
TST. Wait.
Player typically goes by a nickname.
It's just the only women's TST was the last one.
Yeah.
So it's
And-
who was on that team.
That's what I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
They have to have some connection to North Carolina Courage, because. Thank you. I just
How? How did you deduce that?
Because they won a champion. He said he won NWSL first, and then he had a break, and then said 2 more NWSL championships, which means it was North
Wow.
Carolina.
Well done.
And then also North Carolina Courage won TST this last year.
I'm not disappointed in you anymore. That was great deduction, but we still
just
don't
don't
have
know
the
the
name.
When you say it, I'm going to be like, yes. But I
All right,
can't pull the
I
name
think
out.
we've conceded.
She's
this
also
one.
known by the facial expression she makes.
What?
Not Mewis.
No, it's not Mewis.
No.
I think
Neither,
we're
neither
conceding.
Mewis.
No, I'm just kidding.
I think we're conceding, Thad.
Okay. Heather Ann O'Reilly.
Oh.
Heyo.
Damn
Dang.
it.
I forgot she played for Arsenal.
Yeah, she went 1 season with Arsenal and won the whatever
Yeah.
FAWSL Cup.
Yeah. Then she retired and then came back and then
Yeah.
retired and then came back and then retired. Tried to play for Gotham this last season as a injury or as a international replacement, but didn't pass fitness.
Yeah.
And she said, "I'll be back."
And she's also coached North Carolina. She played for North Carolina. It's amazing, amazing career.
Well done. We got
I
one
win
more?
that round.
We got one more?
One more. This one somebody might get. This player was drafted 50th in the college draft for that league.
Okay. I don't think anyone would ever know that, but a good warm up.
Oh no.
Is 50th? Like, is that
Mike would know this,
Wait, so I'm allowed to guess wrong repeatedly, like
Yeah.
Robert.
but only once per clue.
each clue.
Oh, okay. Then for the bit, Connor Hallisey.
Okay, well, how so?
I know that's not correct.
That
He was a
would be
first
so
round draft. He was like
disappointed if
11th.
that was right.
He was like 11th, but Connor Hallisey.
This player played for 3 MLS teams.
Okay, so does the 50th in the draft imply that this player wasn't a big deal? Like a drafted 50th, so it's like a lesser known, someone that came on later, maybe.
Was not expected to be in the. I mean, they weren't in the top round.
Okay, and then
That would have been like
bounced,
the 4th round at that year.
Oh.
and then bounced around the league a little bit,
John
played for
Kempen.
3 teams.
Really didn't bounce around that much.
Okay.
Played for 3 different teams.
True.
Okay. Okay, keep going.
Let's see. Trying to figure out which one next. This player played 7 games for the U.S. national team. Scored 1 goal. In 1 game, he came on as a sub for Freddie Adu.
Graham Zusi.
No, but you're at least starting to go in the right direction there.
Okay.
That was in 2008 when he replaced Freddie Adu.
Benny
versus
Feilhaber.
Guatemala. Nope.
Oh, I guess twice, didn't
Benny wasn't drafted.
Let's see. He scored in the 2009 Gold Cup game against Haiti. He's been an assistant coach for 3 MLS teams now, not Sporting.
I've forgotten all the other hints you've given. Every time you give a new hint, I'm just thinking of one player that fits that one.
Played for 3 MLS teams. Assistant coached for 3 MLS teams. One of the teams he played for, he did assistant coach for, but that was just 1 year.
Dave Yarno?
Ding!
Oh, I am so good at it. And I didn't cheat. To be clear,
I
did
should've
not
known
cheat
that.
even a little bit.
I was expecting Robert to get that, quite honestly.
I should have known that.
Because one of my next clues been like really made it easy. He was from Nederland, Texas.
I should have known that.
Population 18,000.
The only person from Texas in soccer I know is Dempsey.
The second 2 are really good names that just invoke memories and just talking about KC soccer. The first one was sneaky. Fernandez, brand new player, played a game for the team.
That was a good one.
That's that.
2 games.
Okay.
But I thought it was the easiest because he's really fresh. Like all the things I gave, like what you would have heard at the end of last year.
Yeah.
So
Give me my flowers. Crown me. I won.
Well done.
Got a 3D printer around
I
here.
think we as a team beat Thad. We got 2 of them.
No. You helped 0. Carrie was helpful on Heather O'Reilly, but the one we didn't get.
Carrie's got good deduction skills.
Yeah. I think if we had more time, she would have triggered and remembered Heyo, but
Yeah.
But she figured out everything except her name. So
I know North Carolina.
yeah.
I vow to do better next time.
All right.
I'm
Okay.
so surprised I beat you, Robert.
Are you?
Yes.
Me too. I expected Carrie and Robert to get the 2 answers, quite honestly.
I need to apologize to Heather O'Reilly real quick. I'm so sorry.
Thad, what do we got coming up this week? When are the Comets playing this week? Looks like
Saturday?
Saturday. Okay. No midweek, huh?
They play Dallas
The
Saturday.
Sidekicks.
Yeah. They should win that game.
It's a stupid name.
It's indoor. Ambush.
Something there that I'm missing? Is there something that have to do with Texas? Why sidekick?
It's a
Like we're a team of people who are backups to the real star.
which is pretty much how their whole team is. Yeah. They're like 8 of the 12 teams in MASL will make the playoffs. Nobody mentions Dallas as one of those options. Everybody else is like, oh yeah, this team will make it, that team will make it. No, everybody thinks they will make it, pretty much except
But they
Dallas.
used to have Tattoo.
They did.
Yes.
They used to be good.
Okay,
At
so
one
we got
point.
that on Saturday, and the only other thing is Tuesday is the decision time for current stuff.
Expansion draft.
Yeah,
Good
when
show,
is the expansion
Thad?
draft?
Oh, good point. It is
And
scrolling.
Tuesday is also the
David's
the
not paying
press
attention.
conference for Ian and Jack to be officially introduced.
Wednesday.
That sounds right.
When do rosters need to be
Oh yeah.
for that?
I guess we wouldn't
So-
know until
Do they come out?
That might be Monday.
December 9th is a half-day trade window, and then there's a freeze.
Do teams announce that? Like, this
Yes.
is our protected list? It's not
Mhm.
just like the draft happens and we see it?
Yes.
Okay.
So by the time people listen to this pod, that may actually
Right.
already be out.
Right.
So
And the current stuff too on Tuesday. But, you know, what's our...
this is the problem of recording weekly and having people listen
Yeah.
over a week. I mean,
Yeah.
if we record daily, then it's a lot more relevant.
And can you imagine how little people would want to hear us every day?
Hey,
Man,
speak for
I was
yourself.
thinking that might be a possibility.
Yeah.
Now you're over here making it sound like
Now
you're
we
as bad
shouldn't
as.
do it.
All right, Cody, you up for every day?
Start with 3.
fif-
Let's start Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
15-minute news breaks, like each time, something like 15 to 20.
More bite-sized content? That I'm here for.
So, December 9th, half-day trade window. December 11th, expansion draft. December 12th, free agency opens.
All right, look at that.
Then
David
the
proved his
waiver
worth.
Re-entry process is December 13th. That's stage 1. Stage 2 is like a Zoom call on the December 19th.
MLS is ridiculous.
And
Stage
then
1
the
and 2.
Super Draft, which is increasingly not super, is December 20th.
They're actually changing the name of that, to Superfluous Draft.
Don't seem so tough, and 3 own goals ain't all that rough. Our skipper has just been sent off. Supporters strong have all gone soft. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking. Give me beer or whiskey, wine or gin, anything to shake this mood I'm in. My football team's got me drinking. My football team's got me drinking.